Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here's Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
New York set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter.
And now here's another interception. Mike Edwards picks it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone.
Tampa Bay.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10. At their
New York ready to go again offensively. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. William Golston able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
15 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Returnable for Watson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And shedding him off. Now open field. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Jets take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes just out and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up on the Buccaneers. And returns it to the end zone. Recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
They're not even trying to do anything.
And he gets in. No one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. 1st and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Airing this one out for Evans. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 51 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 6-yard touchdown run. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. And partner, are you kidding me with this game that he... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line. It's his try for 2. isolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it.
And now look at this. Big gain by fumble. It's picked up by the Buccaneers.
On the play. Recovered by the...
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. That throw by Brady incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But it's going to be 2nd down. Now Brady on the bootleg. That's caught by Howard.
Don't worry about it, baby.
O.J. Howard, 60 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Returnable here for Davis. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Ashton Davis on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bliss on Austin.
Intercepted.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this...
He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
William Golston
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about it.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Brady going to look to throw. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second and goal.
Brady to throw again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way. Like taking...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. He finds Howard complete. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah, my grandmother did the same. It smelled terrible.
On the return. The Jets take over first and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. William Golston getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
Jason Pierre-Paul. Tom Brady sacked. A fumble on the play.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.